What's going on, everyone? My name is D. Anthony. I want to show you guys how I made over $600 today trading the Nasdaq futures, and how not only do you always win, I actually started off the day up about $100, and then I took a big loss of around $450, but obviously understanding technical analysis, I was able to jump back in, kind of recover those losses, and then not only recuperate that $400 loss, turn it into a $600 winner. So again, evolutiontraders.com is my website. If you guys want to join, all of the information is down in the description box below. But what we are looking at here is the 5-minute time frame on the Nasdaq futures. Okay, so I want to show you the first trade that I took that actually put me up about $100 to $150 very early in the day. I did trade the micro contracts, and you know, if you know anything about trading the e-minis and the micros, obviously micros a lot easier to manage your risk on that side versus the minis. Minis can move and sway very fast. Yes, a lot of people like the profits of the minis, but you know, when you don't have a clear risk management plan in place, it can really be detrimental to your overall account. So let me just kind of start you off here. If we look at this candle here at 6:25 a.m., again, just for the sake of so I don't have to repeat it every single time, I am located in California, so I am going to speak in Pacific Standard Times all the time. Okay, gets a little bit repetitive saying you know, that I'm in California. So 6:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I see that we get our first close below the 20 SMA here, that purple line that you can see on the screen. I know I've got a lot going on here, but if you can kind of find this purple line here, look at this arrow. This is an indication that we get our 5-minute close underneath the 20 SMA. I already knew here I'm going to go ahead and jump short, and I'm just looking for a quick scalp. Now my area of demand is the 50-day moving average on a 5-minute time frame here. I'm going to look to get short if this candle confirms, and I want to take profits into this 50 SMA, kind of hold the runner to see if we break down here. So I got short on this candle here at 6:30 as soon as the market opens. Now again, normally when I'm trading options, I don't like to trade anything right when the bell starts, but being that futures is kind of like a 23-hour marketplace here, you know, I can kind of follow the price action a little bit easier than just getting all of those orders that open up right off the bell when you're trading stocks or options when the market opens. So there's a little bit different there. So I don't really look at the market as opening at 6:30 here for futures. What I look at it as, you know, things get a lot more aggressive after 6:30. Okay, because the market obviously is moving prior to 6:30 open. Just the market gets a lot more aggressive. The moves are bigger, they're faster, but the chart setups and patterns are the same. So as we get short here, I do take some profits here at the 50 SMA, close out that initial gain there. And then I was looking to see if we were going to crack below this 50 EMA and 50 SMA here. And if we did, I was going to go ahead and try to jump short again, knowing that I do have the 100-day EMA here, as well as this lower Bollinger Band. So you can see the gap between the 50 SMA as well as the 100 EMA and the Bollinger Band here. So this is where I got short initially off the confirmation of the 20 SMA. After I locked in those gains, I went ahead and went short once again once we broke the 50 SMA, and then I started to take profits on the way down here, and I was actually up very nicely, $150, $180, something like that. Kind of just scrolling back along in time here, I decided, okay, now that I've got a little bit of a cushion here, I can now start trading the mini contracts. Okay, so if I do get another winning trade, I'm going to really go into the green, very positive, because I've built up that little bit of a cushion. So after we get this little bit of reversal off of this demand zone here, off of this 200 SMA, one thing that I did like is I noticed that the volume here was starting to that the movement and the aggressiveness to the downside was starting to dry up a little bit. I understood that we had this channel line here, which is going to be a very strong demand zone, as well as the 200 SMA. Now, when we cracked below and started to wick back up here, you can see strong wicks here. This candle here kind of gave me that indication that if we were able to push over the 20 SMA, then potentially there could be a little bit of a trade here. So as this broke and closed over the 20 SMA, I got long here just on one mini contract here. Quickly, you can see the 6:55 a.m. candle confirms, However, fakes me out completely and then starts to reverse. As this starts to reverse here and gets back down under this 20 SMA here, I had to quickly exit my position and I was down about 480 bucks. Okay. So automatically I gave back those initial profits to start the day. And then I went into the red. Now, an newer and inexperienced trader will just start trying to revenge trade and maybe switch to short, maybe, double their size, do all of this crazy, wacky stuff. I've been doing this game now for almost half a decade. Okay. So I'm not really going to I'm not a robot. Okay. Obviously I do have emotions and I am human. And I am victim. And now actually, as I'm making this video, look at the nasty pull that we're getting currently on the NASDAQ futures. Okay, look at the nasty pull that's coming in currently as we speak here at 10:20 a.m. Wow. But being that I do have, almost half a decade of trading experience here, I know that if my bias is going to be long, okay, I'm not just going to go from short to long to long to short, short to long, long to short. Okay, I already went short. I did like the bounce off of this demand zone. I did get faked out here. So what I am looking at now is I'm going to take the new high of this wick, and that price was 11,086 on the NASDAQ futures. If we're able to pop that once again, I'm going to go ahead and take my second long position. Now I have a rule kind of, especially when I'm trading futures, if I take 2 or 3 is my max pain. 2, I need to start thinking about it a little bit more serious. But if I take 3 losing trades on the futures, I just kind of call it a day, come back with a fresh mindset tomorrow. Being that I'm 1-1 here, yes, I'm down a little bit, but overall I'm still 50% hit rate on the overall day. I did take another position here once we took out these tops here. As soon as we kind of ramped up a little bit, we did pull back and then ramped up to the upper Bollinger Band, started taking some profits here, kind of stopped, exited my position. I ended up taking 17 trades today, but again, remind you, when you are trading NASDAQ futures, it's not like trading options, okay? It's going to move 1-to-1 with the overall price action. I can set a lot more cleaner stops. I don't have to worry about decay and I don't have to worry about all of the Greeks, right? So it's just going to move 1-to-1. Obviously, understand if you're trading micros or minis, whether that's moving $2 a tick or it's moving $25 a tick, just kind of you want to be familiar with what instrument you're trading and how it's exactly going to move. Look at the nasty pull that we're getting right now on the NASDAQ futures. Wow. Again, these are only 5-minute candles, but this is a very, very nasty and aggressive pull. Wish I would have seen that here. This is a beautiful 20 SMA play short here. You can see lost the 20 here, confirmed. And not only did it confirm, go to the next area of demand, but absolutely just is getting obliterated right now in the 5-minute time frame. So, when I'm trading options, I'm going to have to, like, let's say, for example, when I got long for the second time here over this candle, if I was trading options, I'm going to have to just hold through these pullbacks, because I can't, get in and get out. And you can't really get those quick scalps versus when I'm trading futures, I can get long here and I can take profits on the pop, exit my position, tell myself if we pull back into support and then we bounce and we take out the pullback candle, I can get long again. So that's exactly what I did here. Ended up selling on this wick here when we pulled back and we did not lose the 5 SMA. And when this candle here at 7:30 not only confirmed this top wick here on the pullback candle, and that price was around 11101, I did get long again. Again, just playing one mini contract at a time. As soon as we got that run up back into the supply zone, I take my profits here again. And I just repeated that process about 5-6 more times. Now, I did get caught once again here on this one, took a very, very small loss. I thought we were going to pop the Bollinger Band here. You can see I got quickly faked out for a few ticks. And then as soon as we started to aggressively pull back down and couldn't hold this Bollinger Band, I sold for a small loss, waited for it to consolidate. Look at this engulfing candle here. So all I would do in these type of situations when I am scalping the futures, I would go ahead and put a trend line here. Obviously, I got faked out here. We consolidate for 10 minutes and then boom, as soon as we pop, I go ahead and get long here and then boom, 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 boom. Obviously it did not hold. I wish I would have held this whole run up here. I would have been up thousands and thousands of dollars. But again, that's just the name of the game. I was able to walk away with $600 profit. Now I just do want to quickly show you guys here. $610 total profit. I did take 17 trades. I traded 34 contracts. My average trade time was 1 minute and 18 seconds. The longest amount of time I was in one trade was 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Guys, I was only profitable 52% of the time, okay? 52% of my trades were winners. If you can see here, 52% winning trades, 47% losing trades. I can be, and you can be, a 50% trader and still be profitable. The number one thing you need to keep in mind is risk management is key. Okay, my largest winning trade was $735. My largest losing trade, like I spoke about when I got faked out, was $315. Okay, the average winning trade was about 200. My average losing trade was about 150. Okay, so you don't need to shoot for the stars. You don't need to make thousands and thousands or hundreds and hundreds of dollars per trade, as long as you manage your risk. So many ESPN updates. As long as you can manage your risk properly, you can still be profitable. I had 9 winning trades. 8 of those trades were losers, and the only reason why it's so even keel, like 50-50, is because when I get into a trade and it does not work, I'm going to get out of the trade. So when I get into a trade, I have no intentions of, oh, I need to hold this and see if it's going to work. It ended up hitting my stop loss, but let me hold it and let me see if it comes back. No, I'm not even going to mess around. If I see this setup, we break a level of supply or demand, and I get into that trade, it better go. And if it does not go, I'm going to cut that loss. I'm not going to sit there and play the hope game. I'm going to get in and I'm going to get out. I hope you guys can all focus on that. Risk management is very, very key. Your sizing is very, very key. I know and understand all of us want to make, thousands and thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, but it doesn't really work that way. If you can afford to stomach the high volatility ups and downs, then go ahead, but you're going to take more bigger losses than you are take winners, right? You might get lucky a couple of times, but you're always going to have to remember that, you're never going to just make $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 on a trade. Okay. I would rather someone kind of chip away, make $100 here, $50 here, $200 here, $500 here, than try to shoot for, let me try to make $1,000. Let me try to make $2,000 on this trade. When you have to do that, it's running your emotions very, very hot. And anytime, especially as a trader, this is a very emotional game. The more you run your emotions hot, you are going to mentally drain yourself. And when you do mentally drain yourself, you're going to make irrational decisions. Okay. So again, stay focused, especially if you're going to trade futures, especially if you're going to trade the NASDAQ. You need to have a little bit of a thicker skin, but you also need to play with great trade risk management. I hope that makes sense. Again, if you guys want to trade futures with me, all that information is down below. If you guys want to join the Discord, all of that information is down below. Again, my name is D. Anthony, and I will see you guys all on the next video.